So you dress like a bum during the holidays because it's your family.
Yeah, that's what you do.
But I have to dress
what
up
Christmas is about.
because I have to impress his mom because she expects me to impress her. Would you wear what you're wearing to my family holiday?
No.
Diwali? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, enough jibber jabber. I don't know who says that. Do you? Comment below.
Look at Julius. He's just nippling.
This is what he does all day. How's it going, guys? We're coming at you today with Christmas and holiday tips. How many of them?
9 of them.
Which is a weird number, but let's just go with it. 9. Because the holidays are tough, right?
Yeah.
You're meeting up with family. Most of them are just crushing donuts every day still. It's unfortunate, but that's how they're living their lives. So when you associate with them, they want you to crush donuts with them.
The days out of the year where you could just crush donuts morning to night that I used to do myself was like Thanksgiving, was Christmas.
Fat Tuesday.
Was Fat Tuesday.
Megan doesn't even know about Fat Tuesday. It's big in the Midwest.
Valentine's Day. No, my dad always called me on Fat Tuesday.
Oh, did he?
And
Do you know what the number one food is for Fat Tuesdays?
Donuts.
No.
Hoagies.
No. Punchkis. I think that's how they're pronounced.
I don't know if that's true.
Punchkis.
It sounds like
That's such a good word.
He always lies to me and tries to convince me of things.
No, Punchkis. We should name our daughter Punchki. That would be such a good...
She's just going to turn into like a roly-poly. Number 1.
On to the tips.
Bring your own dessert.
BYOD.
So that, to me, is crucial. Like, I'm always bringing my own dessert.
If you're a person that needs to have dessert. Some people don't like desserts.
We are people that love desserts.
Yeah.
Even if you don't bring the dessert to the actual gathering, like if you're going to go home, have a dessert ready. Like we'll take desserts to Michigan and we won't bring them to the holiday party because we don't want to offend his family, but we'll keep them in our hotel. And then when we go back, we get to eat the chocolate chip cookies or the protein cakes or whatever we make.
People like trying healthy desserts in most families.
Yeah.
They're like, if you make cookies, you're like, these are avocado chocolate chip cookies. They're like, oh, let me try those. Are those just as good? I know avocados are healthy.
But then you realize they're not just as good.
But one thing to be aware of is you'll go online, you'll make keto desserts. You'll see a lot of these food bloggers out here, the mom and pops. 2 cups of erythritol per recipe. Don't bring those to your family gathering because they'll all be pooping. They'll get like a cooling sensation. You want to have like a dessert that isn't just filled with stuff that they're not typically eating or they're not going to handle it very well. So that's a bad experience.
And I would say bring your own side dish, but honestly, I only think you need to bring a dessert because most people are going to have some sort of side dish, just like roasted broccoli or cauliflower, something you can eat, right? I imagine all families have something.
Yeah, people seem to gravitate towards just like sweet potatoes that actually taste like candy. That's like a big holiday side dish. Just like we're having as many meals as possible that are actually desserts, but we're calling them other things.
A lot of people like reach out. They're like, I'm hosting. What do I do? We have a sweet potato casserole that's low carb. We have mashed cauliflower. We have green bean casserole. You can totally do a full keto
Hosting mean you're...
Thanksgiving.
That means you're doing all the cooking?
It's at their house.
I would mostly make traditional stuff that's not keto friendly. I'm not going to force my way of eating on everyone, but I'm going to have a few things. Number 2, bring your own alcohol and just whatever you want to drink.
A lot of my friends or family, they love beer. So there's always beer, and beer is not something I drink. I don't even like low carb beers. I'd rather just drink wine or liquor, because drinking is a big part of the holidays.
I'd probably bring a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
You don't want to be bringing like a fifth of vodka. Everyone's like, oh, this guy has a problem. Number 3.
Deciding beforehand, so like even a couple days beforehand, are you going to stay keto?
Have a plan.
Or are you going to let loose, indulge in some non-keto foods, and it's not a big deal at all?
Whether you're cheating or not, that's fine. It's mostly about if it's conscious or unconscious. If it's just like you're giving into your, your animal instincts of like donut, grab, eat, that's going to be bad. That's going to derail you. That's like a disconnect between you doing what you actually have set out to do, instant gratification taking over. But if you have a plan and you're like, hey, it's Thanksgiving, I'm a human being. I want to try some stuff my family made. That's cool. It's totally fine. It's not going to set you back barely at all.
And if you have a plan, I wouldn't even say it's a cheat. I would say it's a choice you're making. You're fitting something into your lifestyle. You're fitting a non-keto day into your lifestyle and you're going to enjoy with your family and friends. And, maybe you'll realize like, hey, I don't need all these non-keto foods, but I'm glad I tried them on Thanksgiving.
Number 4, have a quick...
Go to spiel or something.
Spiel's weird. Spiel. Number 4, have some quick points about your diet. Like kind of just to briefly explain, not to be super preachy about it, but... people are probably going to inquire what's going on. Maybe you lost a bunch of weight. What are you doing to lose weight? Have like some quick, maybe rehearse in your head like, guys, I'm doing no sugar. no carbs, low carb diet. Everyone's going to be like, oh, I've heard of that. It's such a fad thing to do. Well, how's it working for you? You don't eat bread anymore? That's crazy. I couldn't live without bread.
Yeah.
Just have like a few quick points. Typically what I say is no sugar.
I don't typically say much, honestly, because I'm going to Matt's family's house and they'll just try and feed me things, and I always have to be like, no, and it's like super awkward. But at the end of the day, it's my body, and I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. I'm gonna have to like have the awkward run-ins with his family members, his grandparents, who I don't want to offend, because I know that like I don't want to eat spaghetti. I don't want to eat this dessert that's going to make me feel crappy the rest of the day. Number 5, and this is a hard one, putting more focus on the fact that you're with friends and family and everything that's going on around you, as opposed to just putting all the focus on the food, what you're going to eat, what you're missing out on, because food is such a big part of like gatherings.
Everything is celebrated with food now.
Yeah. And it should just be celebrated with the fact that we're with one another, you know? Embracing the fact that, hey, I'm with friends and family. This is a holiday that I get to spend with loved ones, and it's not all about the food. I think that's a good mindset to have going into it, because then you're not like, oh, crap, I can't eat that, or, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. You know, it's, who cares?
Number 6, don't stress about tracking. That's just our tip.
If I'm going to pick a day where I'm not tracking, and tracking is something I do regularly, it's going to be a holiday where I don't have control over the food. I don't have full control over the situation. I'm not hosting it. So why even bother like logging into Chronometer in between meals, you know?
Yeah, then you're just a weirdo.
Yeah.
But you can do that too. You know, there's something to be said for being super dedicated to your diet, trying to get results. Very admirable.
Yes.
I mean, that's the way to go, really, right?
Not always.
It's finding a balance that works for you, I guess, is key. But you got to think, we'll get to this later. This comes around every year.
Yeah.
So you're going to have 50, 60 more of these throughout the course of your life. How are you going to approach that? What's a sustainable thing that you can actually do long term? We got a fake Christmas tree too. What do you guys think? Fake or real? What's better?
I read reviews. I want it to be really full, and it's 7.5 feet tall. I wanted specifics about the tree.
And we got our KC ornament here.
My dad, I sent a picture to my dad. He's like, what's KC? And I was like, Keto Connect. He's like, oh, I'm so dumb. I should have known.
Julia's passed out.
Oh, he nipples so hard he passed out.
Number 7, get active. And this goes for any time, honestly, you want to kind of indulge dietarily. Some days we do Saturday cheat days where we do keto cheat days. We just have a bunch of calories. We have wings. We have real
Snacks.
good pizza, snacks. Yeah. But we always get a workout in beforehand. It just makes you feel better about yourself, because when you just do nothing, you watch TV and you eat all day, don't you feel terrible about yourself when you go to bed?
I mean, I do. We do. And getting active doesn't mean having to like get into the gym and squat like 200 pounds. You can even just go on a walk. Number 8, I think it's important to remember that eating off-plan or non-keto foods is totally okay. It's a choice you can make, and you don't have to dwell on it. And so like if you decide Thanksgiving, I'm going to enjoy some foods that I haven't had in a while, and I want to, you know, be present with my family, I'm not going to dwell on it the next day. I'm not going to like weigh myself and then stress and then try to fast and try to like burn through all the calories.
I agree.
Just get right back on track, basically, the next day. Don't let it turn into like, oh, well, it's Black Friday. Oh, it's Saturday, Sunday, like turn into like just several days of like Thanksgiving food.
This all goes back to sticking with the plan, I think, because if you don't stick with the plan, even if the plan is to, you know, cheat on Thanksgiving, then you're more in the mindset of like, how do I get it back? How do I burn off all the calories I just ate?
You feel guilty.
Yeah. Number 9, this is honestly the biggest one, is all these decisions you're making, these are like day-to-day decisions.
Yeah.
Put them in the perspective of the big picture. So this decision that you're making this year, do I want to cheat? Do I want to just eat extra calories, keep it keto? Whatever it is, that's going to come around next year. It's going to come around the year after. This has to be a sustainable lifestyle for you.
Right.
And obviously, ideally, you're going to be improving year after year. So like this year, maybe you've been doing keto for 6 months. You need a cheat day. You need to just have fun with your family on Thanksgiving. That's cool. Just get right back on it the next day. And then maybe next year comes around, hey, I don't need to cheat this year. I'm just going to have keto foods. What matters more than the day-to-day, like are you going to cheat on Thanksgiving, is what you're going to do for the rest of your life. Right. What is a sustainable diet for you? So if having occasional cheat days, like monthly, whatever's sustainable is better than the standard American diet.
Or is better than like staying really strict for a couple months and then falling off completely for a couple months and being like, you know, feeling guilty, feeling bad, putting on a ton of weight, losing a ton of weight, like that back and forth, the cycle like most people go through. I think just
break the cycle. The cycle is the worst. So let's make this number 10. The cycle of the holidays, where for 2 months, you eat anything you want. And then for 2 weeks at the start of the year, you go to the gym and you eat like 1,200 calories a day and you burn out. And then you go back to eating whatever you want again.
Right.
So the harder you go off the deep end for the holidays, the more strict you're going to feel you need to be January 1st, and then the less sustainable that's going to be. Your diet should be starting, I mean, your diet's all year round. Everything's your diet.
You need to find something that's sustainable. So break the cycle this year, make a plan, stick to it, feel really good about yourself, get active. All of these tips apply all year long.
Yeah, and it's funny because we have a keto website and you'll see January, February, the traffic is like doubled from what it typically is. So soon, maybe it'll just be consistent all year round. It won't be everyone just in such a cyclical mindset.
So, what are we going to do this holiday season?
Hey, Bubba.
Hi, Mama.
This holiday season, we're going to my family's house for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
My plan, and I've actually thought about Thanksgiving already because it's a couple days away. I'm not going to go super hard. That's not my plan. I'm going to take a Lily's chocolate bar and we'll probably split that.
Okay.
Right? That's our dessert.
Let's do it.
Last year for Christmas, we made cookies and protein cakes, and that was great. But this year, I want to do it a little differently. I don't want to like be able to eat a half a dozen cookies. I think Lily's bars are really satisfying for me. Like even if we had our own bar each, I think that's a lot better for me where I'm at right now and my goals than just like being like, hey, whatever happens, happens.
Maybe my family will watch this. I don't think they watch our videos. Food's not phenomenal. It's not like something I really have to have. If someone puts in a ton of effort, like my one aunt is really a pretty good cook. She bakes homemade rolls and stuff. That's probably my favorite thing they have is like the homemade rolls. There's nothing that I need to try. So like for Thanksgiving, I'll have turkey, probably just like snack on some veggies. There's usually veggies around. Jalapeno poppers. And that's really it. My family goes to an Italian bakery and gets these cannoli donuts sometimes.
Yeah, and I don't like Italian desserts. So I guess I'm lucky in that sense. Like they don't have the most amazing desserts. I do plan on not tracking. I do plan on eating more calories than normal. And I'm going to be totally fine with that because I'm with family. And it's one day out of the year. I feel really good about where I am with my diet right now.
For Christmas, probably similar.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm open to trying things if the opportunity presents itself. Like I think the last time I tried something that wasn't keto was when we went out to dinner with her dad. He got like a bunch of Indian desserts, so I just tried them.
Yeah. And then last year for their Christmas, like his mom makes buckets of cookies to give to the family. Yeah. And I've never been a part of like a white family where they make Christmas cookies. And so it was really exciting for me. So they had like gingerbread cookies, which are really good. And I've never really had good ones. Yeah. So I had a couple of those. Last year, I think we just ate a lot and we were pretty sedentary. So this year we'll probably just try to get more active. It's freezing, dead cold, like snow everywhere. Michigan. But I definitely want to like pack properly. Like last year I didn't even pack enough clothes. I had no idea. My favorite cookies that my mom makes though, we've actually remade them. They're on our food blog. It's walnut snowball cookies. Oh, I haven't even tried those. Those are delicious. Oh, we should make those for a cook along. What's your guys' plan? Comment below. Yeah, let us know. And also, happy holiday season, whether you're celebrating or not. Happy holidays.